Let's talk about delusion for a second, because if you've been anywhere near social media, you've probably heard it. Angel Reese thinks she's just as much of a draw as Caitlin Clark. That's the claim, right? Reese, according to her most loyal fans and herself, is the reason everyone's suddenly watching women's basketball. But here's the reality. When the actual numbers dropped, when the jersey sales came in, all that noise vanished. Because one stat put all the debates, all the narratives, all the comparisons straight into a blender. And spoiler alert, it wasn't Angel Reese's name at the top. It was Caitlin Clark, loud and clear. The only question is, how low was Reese? Let's break it down. So, what happens when, what I think is probably far and away the most popular female athlete there is in existence right now, Caitlin Clark. What happens when her jersey sales are revealed in a very important period, by the way? September 1 through November 3rd would be some prime Christmas area. Just pointing that out. So if Angel Reese is supposedly shaking the league, then how come the world only started turning when Clark entered the room? If she's the one supposedly pulling the strings, why is everyone, from die-hard WNBA fans to people who've never watched a single game, suddenly obsessed with Indiana's number 22? The answer is simple, and by the end of this video, we're going to walk through how one metric buried all the noise and showed who's really the heartbeat of this league. When Adam Silver was trying to get Caitlin Clark in the three-point shooting contest in the All-Star Weekend, it was because he needed her more than she needed them. Now, right? That because of the popularity, what it was she could draw in. Fact is, a lot of her ratings in games last year beat a hell of a lot of regular season NBA games. Now, you know, that's how she moves the needle. Now, let's get to the stat that broke the internet. Caitlin Clark, rookie sensation, led WNBA jersey sales during the league's most lucrative time of the year, holiday season. That's right, with all the household names and legends still in the league, the rookie from Iowa, playing in Indiana, outshined them all. No Asia Wilson, no Brianna Stewart, no Sabrina Ionescu, and definitely no Angel Reese, the face on the most jerseys hanging in closets this year. Caitlin Clark, not because she has a PR army behind her, but because she has something a lot rarer. Actual star power. And we're not stopping there. How do Caitlin Clark's jersey sales stack up compared to the NBA? Are you ready for this? She didn't just dominate the WNBA, she broke into the top of the NBA's jersey sales list. Only Steph Curry outpaced her. But that's it for a second. The only NBA player who sold more jerseys than a rookie WNBA player is arguably the most popular basketball player in the world. And right behind him is Caitlin Clark. That's not hype, that's generational impact. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's jersey sales are, well, let's just say they're comfortably in the not top 10 zone. So while Clark is making WNBA execs throw strategy meetings to keep up with the demand, Reese is somewhere on Twitter saying, we gotta do something. Inspirational, sure, but let's get real. Doing something means action, and right now, only one rookie is moving the needle in every measurable way, and it's not Angel. Caitlin Clark is driving ratings, breaking records, selling tickets, and turning women's basketball into appointment viewing. So when Angel Reese says we, maybe she means me too, because Caitlin already did it. Now, the jersey numbers weren't just good. They were historic. Steph Curry was first. Caitlin Clark, again, a rookie from Indiana, was second. You know who wasn't anywhere on the list? Angel Reese, the self-declared culture shifter who's been marketed as the face of Gen Z women's hoops. Couldn't crack the top. Why? Because viral interviews and TikToks don't equal fan investment. Hype is great, but Caitlin has something stronger. Proof. And that's what makes this so undeniable. Clark isn't coming from a coastal media market. She's not playing in LA, not flashing lights in New York, not a social media darling out of Chicago. She's doing all this from Indiana. A state that, let's be honest, wasn't even in the league's top media markets before she got there. And now, suddenly Indiana is the most talked about team in the WNBA. Coincidence? Hardly. That's the Clark effect. This should tell everybody that wants to argue for these other players in the WNBA all they need to know. Meanwhile, Reese's supporters keep screaming that she's a cultural icon. But let's be clear, culture without consumer engagement is just noise. If she's moving culture, where's the movement in ticket sales? Where's the bump in viewership? Where's the line around the block for Angel Reese jerseys? Because so far, all we've seen is volume in quotes, not in data. Let's stack the receipts. Jersey sales. Clark's number 1 in the WNBA against NBA players. Number 2 behind Steph Curry. Angel Reese, not in the top 10. Viewership. Clark's games beat NBA broadcasts. Marketability. Clark's already got Gatorade, Nike, State Farm, Panini, Gainbridge, Wilson, and the list goes on. She's not just in commercials, she is the commercial. Endorsement deals, record-breaking. Meanwhile, Reese's highlight is getting a few TikTok dance collabs and hoping someone notices. It's cute, but it's not moving the economy. So, when the media tries to play the "but Angel's impact is different" card, ask them this. Different how? Because we've yet to see any stat that proves it. This isn't about silencing Reese, it's about being honest. You can't rewrite history because you prefer someone's personality. Clark has the numbers, the fans, the ratings, the respect, and all Reese has is a carefully curated Instagram feed and a chip on her shoulder about not being treated the same. But here's the thing about treatment. It's not something you demand. It's something you earn. And Caitlin Clark didn't ask to be the face of the league. She became the face of the league. She didn't beg for headlines. They came to her. She didn't complain about coverage. She gave them something they couldn't ignore. All while enduring flagrant fouls, media hostility, and veteran jealousy. She never folded. She kept balling. That's how legends are made. The double record streak. Huh, okay. I mean, that's a joke. Angel, on the other hand, has spent more time trying to manufacture a rivalry than actually stepping into one. Her fans love to act like she's playing chess, while everyone else is playing checkers. But here's the truth. Clark already finished the game and took the board home. While Reese is out here doing podcast tours complaining about not getting enough credit, Clark is putting up real numbers and setting arenas on fire, breaking 40 records during her NCAA run, and at least 62 records during her rookie season. There's no rivalry when one person is running laps around everyone else, so the next time someone tries to pitch you, the Angel Reese deserves the same treatment argument, just send them the jersey sales link. Let the data do the talking. Because no matter how hard they try to spin the narrative, the scoreboard always tells the truth. And the truth is this. Caitlin Clark is the one, the only one, the reason people care, the reason arenas are full, the reason women's basketball is in its biggest moment ever. You can't fake that. You can't wish that into existence. You can't build that off TikToks and sass alone. You either have it, or you don't. And Caitlin Clark, she has it all. Lessons to players: if you want fans to buy your jerseys in ridiculous numbers, then hit ridiculous logo threes. Well, Andy, I will say this. If you want players to buy your jerseys, be likable. And don't shit on an entire fan base. Yeah, that's a thing. If you're dreaming about massive jersey sales, start by doing something massive, like drilling logo threes with the casual ease of Caitlin Clark. But flashy highlights aren't the only secret to success. There's another major piece of the puzzle, likability, and that's where some players miss the mark entirely. See, you can be a solid athlete, but if you're constantly beefing with fans, responding with attitude, or acting like you're owed admiration without earning it, don't be shocked when no one's lining up to wear your name across their back. Anyone remember when Angel Reese took a jab at her own supporters? Yeah, fans don't forget that kind of energy. Feels dirty to the eggs. It pretty much let the fans know how she was feeling. Let's pull up the tweet right now. This is the tweet right here. Angel Reese stated, "This is my podcast. Shut the F up. You don't watch." Thank you. Caitlin, on the other hand, isn't just a phenomenon because of what she does with the basketball. Though let's be real, she's a walking highlight reel. It's how she carries herself under the spotlight, with poise and without pettiness, that cements her as someone people want to root for. It's not just about performance, it's about respect. Talent can make people cheer, but character, that's what builds loyalty, sells out arenas, and turns a rookie into a legend. This is the reason the WNBA never showed the jersey sale numbers, but only put ranks. It was always Clark at 1 and a humongous, ginormous gap from Angel Reese at 2. Calling this a ranking between Angel and Caitlin is being far too generous. This isn't a close race. It's a complete blowout. This isn't first and second place. This is first place and somewhere way out of frame. Because if this was about jersey sales, ticket demand, or anything that actually brings money into the league, Caitlin is running laps around the competition while Angel is still tying her shoes. And let's talk about that list. Top jersey sales. Some people were genuinely shocked not to see Angel Reese's name on it, or Dejanay Carrington, or even some of the league's established veterans. But that surprise fades real quick when you look at what Caitlin Clark is doing night after night. If you're not making waves in performance or building love with fans, you're not selling jerseys. Simple as that. Twitter followers and spicy interviews don't sell out Foot Locker. When Caitlin Clark pops up at number 1 for WNBA jersey sales, and then turns around and ranks number 2 in the entire NBA, behind only Steph Curry, the debate should be over. The only logical question left is not, why is Caitlin getting so much attention? It's, why are the others not doing enough to deserve that attention? Because when the hype fades, when the cameras stop rolling, and when fans start spending their hard-earned money, that's where real impact shows up. And Caitlin Clark is that impact. People were paying thousands of dollars ticket prices to see her. She set gate revenue records all time. She broke how many records last year? 63, I think I counted. And yet, people still try to push the narrative that she's just a media creation. If she's just a headline, then why are ticket prices tripling the second she's on the schedule? Why are nosebleed seats going for premium prices at games where she's expected to play? Why do arenas go from half empty to standing room only just because her name is on the marquee? That's not marketing. That's magnetism. That's real draw. That's the kind of demand you just can't fake. That's why all the excuses you hear from others about media bias or market size just don't hold up. Caitlin Clark isn't getting this attention because of where she is. She's getting it in spite of where she is. She's proving that when you're truly great, fans will find you anywhere. Indiana isn't a media capital, but it's the center of the basketball universe right now. Still, no matter how obvious the difference is, you'll hear folks saying, but Angel Reese is popular too. Okay, but where's the proof? Where's the rush of fans crashing websites to buy her jersey? Where's the spike in attendance when she's announced as a starter? Where's the resale market that explodes the second she's on the schedule? If your entire popularity lives on social media beef and post-game clapbacks, then maybe it's time to reassess the definition of impact. Because while Reese might be trending for a tweet, Caitlin Clark is trending for changing the WNBA's entire business model. While others are talking, she's doing. No antics, no PR stunts, just game. She doesn't need drama to dominate. She lets her three-point bombs, laser passes and off-ball intelligence do all the talking. And if by this point you're still not sold on her impact, maybe it's not about needing more evidence. Maybe it's about you finally accepting the truth you've been avoiding. Caitlin Clark didn't just walk into the league to join the conversation. She is the conversation. She's not waiting for permission to shine. She's already become the light the whole sport revolves around. So the next time someone tries to claim that Caitlin and Angel are equals when it comes to influence, do us all a favor. Point them toward the scoreboard, the ticket sales, the jersey rankings, the ratings boost, the resale numbers, and the overflowing arenas. Because numbers don't lie. They just sit there, bold as ever, reminding us who really runs this game.